Hi, Darin Mangum here, securities lawyer with the law firm of Mangum and Associates. I just got through recording another session of the PPM Attorney Capital Forum, and wanted to really quickly jump on and do a quick comment on some news articles that I've seen lately. One of which is this is a Wall Street Journal. Banks raise roadblocks to small business loans. It's oftentimes very astonishing to me that most of the time when small businesses are needing to expand their business, that their first thought or their first intention is, oh, I'll just go to the bank where I do business and I'll just borrow money from the bank. And I mean, that's fine and well as long as you have a great relationship with the bank and you've got sufficient assets and you don't mind pledging your whole life, all of your assets, your home, your farm, all your assets will just go on the bottom line as collateral for these kind of loans. And it's interesting when the economy is struggling, as it has every indication that it is right now. A lot of times it's in the news like, oh, well, the banks are the problem. Banks aren't lending money. And so the businesses don't have any option. And they don't consider the alternative investment market, which is like, securities offering a private placement memorandum to investors in order to raise that capital that does not require a bank, doesn't require a credit score, does not require you to pledge all of your assets, your home, and guarantee when you go and get an SBA loan, they attach all of those assets, and so you're basically putting your whole life on the line, borrowing money for your business, which. Yeah, if that's your only option, that's a pretty crappy option. Why wouldn't you instead decide, what, hey, I'm going to maybe go to some investors and say, hey, look, I'm willing to give up some ownership. I'm not giving up control, but I'm willing to give up a little bit of ownership. Or maybe I couldn't get a loan from the bank, but maybe I can get some private investors to loan me money. Yeah, maybe they're going to charge a little higher interest rate, but because I'm offering it through a PPM, I'm the one dictating the terms, and I'm not going to be pledging any. I mean, you could pledge your farm and your house and your two oldest kids, but again, you're not going to do that, right? You're just going to say, hey, look, the business itself, the corporation is going to issue this, is going to borrow the money. I'm not doing it personally. I'm not going to be a personal guarantor. But, these investors are willing to take that risk and loan the money, or even better yet, do an equity investment and share in the upside, right? Potential upside. And yeah, you can certainly add in provisions that enable you to buy their shares back at some point. That way, they're not with you forever and they get a decent return on investment. All that could be negotiated in the PPM. But don't let news articles, and I'll put a link to the news article here in the description, but don't let banks, stingy banks that don't want to lend money to you, don't let that hold you up. You can go out to the private capital markets with a PPM. Yeah, you're going to spend a little bit to get that in place, but now you're sort of independent of the bank. You can just go to other investment capital sources to grow your business. By all means, if you're able to get a loan from a bank and the deal terms are sufficient, then that's probably your cheapest money. But it's not without personal risk and all the rest of it. I may be biased, but I think, I would rather, instead of taking on all that risk myself, I'd rather share that risk and obviously share the upside with some private investors. And, obviously if you do it right and, in case things don't go well, at least your downside is protected, right? You still keep your house, You still keep your farm. All of that is, and hey, the deal didn't work out, but nobody's going to jail. Nobody is. That's just how it goes sometimes, right? And a lot of private equity investors, they understand that, right? And they going to win some, going to lose some, right? Anyway, so if we can help you, obviously put together a PPM, we're certainly available to do so. If you like this content, if this is helpful information to you, you can always dive deeper by going to the PPM Attorney Capital Forum, which is an online forum that we do once a week. A lot of these topics that I cover on my free YouTube channel here will spend at least half an hour to 45 minutes or to an hour talking about doing a deep dive on all these topics. And there's certainly a lot of other benefits to join in the forum, so you should check it out. But anyway, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.